In the late 1960s, 70s and early 80s, vinyl was at its peak, selling millions of albums and singles each and every month for nearly 20 years, with iconic musicians such as the Beatles, Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin only distributing music through vinyl. It was unrivaled.
Before CDs, I mean, vinyl was the predominant format. That's the only way you could buy music, and cassette obviously, but you know, that's why before CDs there was millions and millions and millions of records pressed to vinyl.
Vinyl had been the main way to buy and listen to music for decades. However, that was all about to change.
My name is Will Whitby and I've been collecting records myself for about 3 or 4 years now. I collect records because they're a bit more to hold in your hand, and it gives music a bit more meaning because you can hold it and you can see it in your hand, and you get really nice colours as well, and I'm a sucker for a nice colour. I think vinyl went out of fashion because CDs came in, and CDs are all fresh and new, and CDs with the new technology.
People like new stuff, but you know, vinyl was seen as a bit of a relic, a very big massive thing from the past, and people like the less space that CDs.
CDs were in fashion, and vinyl was fading. Record labels and culture saw them less relevant, with CDs being smaller and more easy to use. So they decided against producing records and focused more on the CD industry as well as the growing digital music industry.
I mean, you got a lot of people that were record collectors that, when CDs came along, bought it up line and sinker, sold all the vinyl, and replaced the whole collections with CDs. And now those guys are selling all the CDs and replacing it back with vinyl. It was never a consumer choice. This is what people forget is, it wasn't a consumer choice not to buy records. The record companies stopped making them and didn't give you a choice. They only made CDs. So it was never said, people said, oh, we don't want to buy vinyl. That's why shops like us kept going, because we knew there was a market for it.
MP3s looked like killing off everything. People were worried that it would, but actually in real terms, sales of downloads, it took ages for them to top physical sales.
In 2009, it looked like the vinyl industry was all but dead, only worth around $3 million a year due to the competition of CDs and digital powerhouses like iTunes and Spotify. However, that was all soon to change.
It started becoming a bit trendy and a bit cool. You'd see an advert on telly of some guy putting some aftershave on, and he'd pan around his funky apartment, and there'd be a record player and some records in the corner, and then things like underground TV shows like Shameless and stuff. Like one of the guys he had a few records, and it's like just subliminal sort of from there, and it just started to grow and grow and grow, and it's just got to a point now where it's just completely flipped. I mean, CDs are dead. Well, they're not dead, but they just don't sell anything like what vinyl does now. And most records you buy now have got a free CD in them, or they've got a download code. So why would you buy a CD?
And CDs were boring, and like people got bored about just listening to music in the car on CDs or on your iPod or on your phone, because listening to music, that's quite a bad way of listening to music. And then of course vinyl comes along, and you've got a big thing to hold. It's nice to look at. It gives quite a nice sound as well if you've got a nice setup. So it works really well nowadays, yes.
It's just been a reaction mainly against the disposability of MP3s and the kind of meaninglessness of having a computer full of MP3s that you don't listen to. If you're going to have a physical musical format, it's like a CD, but bigger and better.
In 2014, Pink Floyd's newest album, The Endless River, became the fastest selling vinyl since 1997. Many people credit younger record collectors who had inherited older generations' records as one of many reasons for the revival in the vinyl industry.
I collected records because I found my dad's record collection, which I've actually brought up. It's on my shelf over there. And I was just flicking through it, and it's just like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, The Police, all the bands that I was listening to. And I put them on the record player, and just like the fuzz and the sound that you get through the speakers just made the music so much better than just having it on my headphones. So of course, all my bands that I listened to started putting stuff on vinyl, and to support the band, instead of buying a CD, I buy the vinyl, and then I buy more vinyls.
The rock and indie side, it's just gone mad. Obviously the big rock bands, so you know, like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, they always sell out, The Doors, that sort of stuff. But then Stone Roses, Oasis, Noel Gallagher. New bands as well, like Slaves and Churches, Blossoms, They seem to be, kids are going mad for them.
Not only are young kids coming in and buying records, starting, but a lot of old people who've given up because there was no stuff out on vinyl anymore. They're coming back to shops like ours because it's just real love of music and probably a bit of a collector's obsession. And so that's what's happening. Young kids think they're cooler than CDs and they don't want MP3s. And a lot of older folk are sort of embellishing their record collections again.